to search about a planet or how to know more about a planet particularly. So there are many such search engines available, but I'll be showing you some of the most advanced one which people use, like the astronomers use as a standard tool. So the first one is the NASA Exoplanet Archive. So here I've just searched here, so you can see the NASA Exoplanet Archive. On clicking it, it comes out this directly. So it shows you how many confirmed planets are there, and which all planets are found out in different surveys. So basically you get a list out here. So suppose you know about some star or some planet particularly, so you can search with the name directly here. So for instance, I'll be searching for a target HR2562, and then it will be giving it will take some time in the backend to search about that particular target, and then it will be giving me the desired output. So here it shows it definitely searched through the entire archive, and it shows the entire details of the planetary properties. So you can see here it shows you the semi-major axis, the transit time, the mass of the planet, the and other parameters that are generally available. So you know entire stellar information as well as the planetary properties of the particular star. So now if a particular planet star has more than one planet, so let's take a case like that, HR8799. So it basically have around 4 planets orbiting it. So you can find here in the NASA Exoplanet Archive, it shows the details of each and every um, planets that are currently of the details that are discovered currently. So you can see the entire planetary properties if you're interested to know more about it, and then all the stellar details you can find out of the star, whatever is the temperature, luminosity and all is there. So this is one of the standard uh, mm, search engines to look out for planets basically. The other aspects of this is you can use it as a composite database. So on clicking the composite database, it opens up a new tab. As you can see here, will take some times to initialize the entire records. So yeah, so you can look here. Let's say I want to find out the particular technique. So I want to know how many planets or what are the planets that are discovered by imaging. So on clicking it on imaging, it will show me all the planets and its details, including orbital semi-major axis, eccentricity, planet mass and radius. So all the entire details, all the details of the of a particular planet, as well as a technique. If you want to know about it, you can definitely find it. So just for an example, I want to know about the transit planets. So I can check here about the transit planets. So yes, basically you can click on the transit button and it will show you there are 3190 planets out of 4170 planets that has been discovered by transit method. So now using this data you can make your own plots. You need not be an expert in astrophysics or you need not be an astronomer at the first place. Or but still you can play around with it and have some fun. You can know about what all interesting things are there. So you can look into this plot table. So one thing is that you can just directly download the table and then work with it. The other feature that is there is that you can plot this table. So basically what I do is there is I'll take this and then I'll click on plot table. So it will take some time to initialize, and then it will open up plotter. So you can see here my controls. So it is basically it will show you two axes. So it is x-axis and y-axis. So in x-axis, let's say I want to check the eccentricity, and y-axis I want to see the planet mass. So let's say let's take earth mass. Yes, so then if you redraw it, you'll be able to see a plot of this. So well, this is not a very good plot, but there are a lot of other features also that you can do it. So let's say we want to plot the temperature versus metallicity maybe of a planet. How does it vary? So yes, so stellar metallicity, and I can redraw it, and then yeah, so some plots I can expect. Yeah, so see if there is no such trend in with temperature and metallicity on that case. So one more case I'll show you, which I'm currently working on. So how does planetary mass depends on your metallicity? So uh, usually if you take it, this is a very big sample, and well, the plot is not very clear, so you can of course change it into log scale if you wish to. So I'll be doing it in log scale, and then I'll be redrawing the plot. So here is the plot. So yeah, it's in log scale, and we do not see any such kind of trend in this case. On the other hand, you can plot a histogram also in this case. So yes, histogram is there, and you can bin it or scale it as you wish on that. So you can plot anything on the histogram. Let's say planet density, we can plot it. So yeah, that's just peeking up somewhere. Maybe something better we can search for, stellar metallicity maybe. So yeah, it's not a very good bin here, but we can just bin it properly. So let's see log binning, how does it. So it's not working, so we can try the linear, and then we can do it manually if you want. So minimum is this, maximum is this, number of bins I want to increase it to 100 maybe. Yeah, it's showing an error because I've given it O in place of 0. So on redrawing it, you can see, yeah, so you can see how does the metallicity bins with the total number of planets, and it's usually 0. Solar metallicity value is 0, so yeah, it's kind of a Gaussian distribution on this case. So yeah, it's not 0 exactly, but it's slightly super solar, you can say it. So that's the case. So this is one of the interesting tools that is available for you to work out on this. This another important search engine which I thought of sharing with you all is exoplanet.eu. So this is also very interesting search engine for looking out for solar, looking out for exoplanets. So here it's like all researches, and you can look into the views of the planets around us. So if you want to see which all planets are located at what distance and all, so different types of planets are there. So you can click on unclick Earth, super Earth, Jupiter, mini Neptune, Jupiters. So you can see once we Jupiters are not visible now, so yeah, you can do it. So whatever more interesting features are there, but well, the data you can access it from all catalogs, and once you go there you see all the planets out here. You can again use it for radial velocity and other features. You can see here if you want to find out a particular planet by imaging, so it shows you. But remember, it includes both planets as well as brown dwarf, whereas the NASA exoplanet archive has a upper limit. So you will not get any planet which is more than 30 Jupiter mass. Well, that's still debatable. What's the maximum mass of a planet? Some people consider it to be 13 Jupiter mass, well, as that's not widely acceptable, but NASA exoplanet archive has a cutoff limit of around 28 to 30 Jupiter mass, whereas here you can find out targets with more than that. You can see, usually, yeah, you can see here one with 60 Jupiter mass. So that's one of the thing that you should be careful about, what you are exactly calling planets. So if you want to know details about a particular target, you just go and click there, and it will tell you all the details about the particular star as well as the mass and the orbital period of the star. So yeah, that's what I wanted to share with you on this. So thank you all, and have a nice day.